Hey guys, today we are going to be doing hip mobility prehab. So we're going to be doing 2 rounds total. Static stretches, you're holding anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. And then dynamic stretches, you will be doing anywhere from 10 to 20 reps. So first we have a quad stretch. You will be needing a wall for this one. And you're going to put your foot up against the wall. You're gonna put your knee as close to the wall as you can. And then your opposite leg is gonna go up right here. You put your hands on your hips. You're gonna feel a nice deep stretch in your quads. You can press your hips forward. You'll feel it even deeper. We can put our hands down here if we need some stability. If we don't want as big of a stretch, then just hold this anywhere, like I said, from 30 to 60 seconds. You're gonna be doing it on both legs. Then next we are going to be doing a glute stretch. So it's kind of like a pigeon stretch. You're gonna be here, one knee up, one knee down. Push those hips forward. You're gonna be feeling it here rather than in your quads like you did in the last one. We can go here with both hands on the ground. We can do it with your forearms on the ground. You can even come up here and stretch really big. You also will be feeling this in your hip flexor. And then for an added difficulty, you can lift that back leg and do the exact same. And then you're gonna repeat on the other leg. Next, we will be doing a frog stretch. So you're gonna kind of be up, and your hips are gonna be straight forward. One leg's gonna be back, one's gonna be bent. You can come down on your forearms for a deeper stretch. You should be feeling this and this back glute over here. You will be performing this one on both sides as well. Next, we're going to be doing a hamstring stretch. And this is gonna be right here. One leg out, one leg up. You're gonna flex the toe and bend forward. You should be feeling it deep in this hamstring right here. If you need a little bit less of a stretch, you can't get to the foot, just go right here. If this is a good enough stretch for you, just push those hips back ever so slightly, and you will still feel it in your hamstring either way, just depending on your flexibility. Remember, you only want to go into these stretches for slight discomfort. You don't want to, these stretches should not be hurting you. Next, we have a seal position. It's kind of like a yoga pose. I call it the seal because you look like a seal. You're gonna be pushing your body away from the ground like this. You can put your chin up to the sky. This is just gonna stretch your deep lower back. You can come down. If this right here is called the Sphinx yoga pose, this is enough of a stretch for you. Just stay right here. This is perfectly fine. But you can also kind of pulse. So hold it, come down a little bit, come back up, hold it for just a little bit, come back down. Then after this, we are going to be shifting into downward dog. This will be stretching your hamstrings and all the way down to your calves. You can pedal your feet back and forth like this. Feel a nice deeper stretch all the way down to that Achilles. Go back and forth. Hold it on one side. If you feel a little bit more tight on that side, just need some added stretch there. So next we will be doing a scorpion, is what I like to call it. This is kind of like the one for shoulder mobility, but you will have your hands right here and you will bring your leg up and switch up. And this is just kind of a dynamic stretch to help loosen up those hips. It might be a little difficult, might feel a little funky, but as you do it and as your hips loosen up, you'll get the hang of it. Also, that one is first on your stomach, and then next we're gonna do it on our back. The same exact thing, except for you're gonna bring your toe up to your hands now. And again, we aren't going for speed. So you can do it nice and slow. And as your hips loosen up, it will start to get a little bit easier for you. Next, this is a nice exercise to open up the hips. You're gonna be starting at 90 and 90 for your knees. You're gonna make 90-degree angles. You're just gonna sit here, try to sit as straight up as you can. If you do feel a little bit of pain, it will be in your hips because that means your hips are tight. So this is perfect for you. So you're gonna start here, then you're going to switch, then you're going to switch back. One side might be a little bit looser than the other. This side's a little bit tighter for me, but that's okay. You just gotta go back and forth, do 10 to 20 reps of these, and your hips will be feeling it by now. Next, we are going to be doing some inchworms. So, that's exactly what it looks like. You're gonna start standing up. You're gonna walk your hands out, and then you're gonna walk your feet up, little by little. And you can do it forward, you can do it backward, just do it continuous. It's just be nice to stretch out those hamstrings. It's kind of like a full body stretch there. Next, we will be doing try to get into a deep squat, as deep as you can. This is good for our ankle mobility and for our hips. We're just gonna be sitting right here, and you're just gonna be reaching up, alternating. Try to get as high as you can with your hands. Really feeling it right here in your hips. This is gonna be really good stretch for your hips, and if you have bad ankles like me, this is good practice. Try to keep those heels on the ground. Try not to let them come up. If they come up just a little bit, that's okay. If you can't go all the way down, that's okay. Just go as far down as you can. Next, we have some narrow leg squats. If you can't go all the way down, that is just fine. I can't go all the way down either, but we're just gonna try to get as much movement as we can, as far down as you can. Keep those heels on the ground. Your weight should be on your heels, so they shouldn't come up. This is also good for your ankle mobility. Once you do about 10 to 20 reps of those, we're gonna be doing wide leg squats. So to go down as far as you can for those. And this isn't for speed. Again, this is for just slow, nice stretching movement. It's not meant to get our heart rates up too much like a workout, but we still do want our heart rates up just a little bit. You can tell I'm kind of breathing heavy still. So they are just a little tedious, but they're not too much like a full-out workout. And next, lastly, we have a curtsy lunge. This is gonna be really good for our hips as well. So it's exactly how it sounds. You're gonna cross the back leg over and lunge. Keep your toes beginning at the front. And you want your hips to try to stay as neutral and as forward as you can, but you want to extend that back foot back as far as you can, getting a nice deep stretch. And do about 10 to 20 reps of those. And there is your hip mobility and prehab for the day. Thanks, guys.